It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I reviewed a beer recently from Hobsons Brewery. It was one of their celebration beers to celebrate however many years brewing they were brewing at the time of me reviewing the beer. And Hobsons then contacted me on social media and they said, thanks very much for the review. We got 2 other beers we'd like you to try. One being a stout in a bottle and this being a bitter. A best bitter. It's 3.8% ABV, brewed in Shropshire. I'm going on holiday to Shropshire this year. I'm going to Ludlow and I cannot wait because I've not really visited that part of the world very much and I'm sure there's lots to see and do in the local area. So a few weeks time, Ludlow for me. But I'm a big fan of Hobsons Brewery, big fan of their beers, very solid brewery, independent of course, a Ciba, I'm sure they're one of these Ciba breweries as well, but they haven't got it on the bottle, but they're quite kind of like friendly with Ciba as most breweries these days are. Ciba is the Society of Independent Brewers Association. I think that's what it stands for. So beer in the glass then. An amber coloured bitter that's being poured out. I've had the beer out of the fridge about 20 to 25 minutes just to warm it up a little bit. I don't want to be drinking a best bitter too cold. I want to be drinking it at a nice temperature to be able to appreciate the malt and appreciate the hops in the beer. So, not much of a head. Head really didn't create much. Good levels of slow moving carbonation. But it's interesting. I'm going to mention this quickly again. Going on holiday to Shropshire to Ludlow, I'm pretty sure I should be able to find a pint of this best bitter from Hobsons on cask. So I'm going to memorise what this looks like. Try and memorise what it tastes like and then have a pint of it on cask just to see the difference between bottle and cask beer. I'm sure the cask will have a great big head on it. So, slight haze there. Let's get the aroma. Smells good. Smells good. A little bit of sweetness in there. A little bit of a kind of nutty biscuitiness coming through. Yeah, very solid aroma to it. A little bit zesty on the back end. A bit of stinging nettle. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Absolutely delicious beer. Real kind of nutty biscuitiness coming through. Great drinkability. 3.8% ABV. So the drinkability is going to be fantastic. It is fantastic for this particular beer. Great drinkability, a little bit of a creamy rich mouthfeel as well, just to kind of wrap things up. It's some nice bitterness coming through on the back end. Yeah, it's a really decent pint. Just real good quality malts. Good quality malts used in the beer. A nice balance between that little bit of sweetness over there, that little bit of bitterness on the back end. Great drinkability with that balance. You're able to kind of take the bitterness, you're able to take the sweetness. You know, it's kind of like a hang glider gliding through the sky. It's just great beer. And I know when I land in I'll be driving, car's currently in the garage, and the the coolant's bubbling away, the coolant's boiling when I drive more than 6 miles. So I've got my fingers crossed that the car's going to be okay. But I'd like to think I can drive there, because in the middle of Ludlow, you've got Ludlow Brewing Company. Of course, you've got Hobsons not too far away. If anybody from Hobsons are watching, or if you're watching and you're a fan of Hobsons beer, please let me know in the comments box down below. In Ludlow, in the Ludlow area, where can I get a decent pint of Hobsons beer? I know when you come out of the castle, Ludlow Castle gates, if you drop down the hill a little bit, first right, I know there's a pub that I normally go to there when I judge for the Ludlow, Seaber, Wales and West Ludlow Castle event, which I absolutely love. But I know there's a fantastic pub on the right hand side there, so you kind of venture out, get down to the pub there, and they got a fantastic courtyard, fantastic beer garden. It's a beautiful, beautiful pub. I know they got a lot of cask beer on there, so maybe I can find a pint of Hobsons there. Of course, if not, you guys will let me know in the comments box, won't you, where I can find a pint of Hobsons. But yeah, generally good beer. I've been drinking their beer for probably the best part of 10 years now, maybe even more than 10 years. It's good, solid, reliable, drink all day. I'll be day drinking something like this. I'll be drinking this on holiday all day long. Something nice, something drinkable, something refreshing. Not going to get me too dizzy during the daytime. Yeah, this is my type of beer. So let's have a little read. So a sustainably brewed in Shropshire beer. Original beer since 1993 from Cleobury, Mortimer. Right, there we go. So we know where to go then in Shropshire. Way back in 1993, Nick and his dad Jim pondered about what style of beer to brew first. Something that represents Hobsons, they thought. Traditional, yeah, original, a beer to stand the test of time. Of course, it had to be Best Bitter, the original beer. Best Bitter is a trusted session bitter with a distinct hoppy character, amber body and a bittersweet finish. A beer that will never lose its roots. A little like Hobsons, really. Yeah, it's just good stuff. Wheat, barley, bottle conditioned beer may contain sediment. I'm going to rate this. One then. If you see it, pick it up, buy it. It's decent. It's decent stuff. It's really good. Looks good. Smells good. Tastes good. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.